Could have finished like an hour and a half ago, but it's pouring. I'm soaked. I shot this video a couple weeks ago and I bawled my eyes out while filming it, and I deleted the video. I probably shouldn't have done that because I want you guys to see how raw and real this is. But think about it, guys. That I have a significant other, that I can share the responsibility of raising a child, because my mother didn't have that. My piece of whatever father found every excuse in the world to walk away. And this video is not for those who grew up privileged. I'll say it again. It's not. All right, you're under a towel and it's raining. If you grew up rich or privileged, you'll never understand this. You just won't. The feeling that I get when I finish something like this, and the praise that I get from the clients. I come from a place where everybody learns to act like the world owes you something. And the world doesn't owe you anything. And the sooner you're able to get your head out of your and start going to get what's out there. It's brutally hot up here. Education or not, I dropped out of high school. 11th grade, junior year, because we had no heat, we had no hot water. I didn't have a car. I had to have a good friend, and I'll say his name, Sean Bearer. I don't know if you're listening, but he used to pick me up every day to go to work in a cold garage to change tires. And I eventually saved up $1,000 to get a car. It had no heat. So I would wake my mother up, or my mother would wake me up in the morning and say, "Nate, it's ready for work," because I dropped out and wanted to help pay bills. She'd wake me up and she'd say, "Your water's on the stove," meaning, this gets me every time I talk about this, meaning she put a lobster pot of water on the stove to boil so that I could take a bath or a shower in the morning before going to work, because we had no water. We used to heat the house with kerosene heaters and propane heaters and stuff, but when it was all burnt out, we used to open the stove and turn it on broil. I remember a brief period in time where we didn't have electricity at all, and we lived and ate dinner under candlelight. And this video is not for those who grew up privileged. I'll say it again. It's not. This is for those who know what it's like to feel the pain of watching your mother eat less food because it means it's more for you. Now that I have a 7-month-old son, I'll never, ever be able to understand what she was going through. And I will never judge her for that. Life happens to all of us. Rope's in the tree, rope comes down, around another tree, back to me, where I'm cutting. See, so I can pull on it. I became a drug addict. I was putting a needle in my arm hundreds of times a day. You don't believe me? I got the scars to prove it. Right there. There's some. Got more on my other arm. But anyways, sorry guys, you guys are getting stuff on the lens. But life throws us curveballs, and it's all about how we deal with them. So a $500 tip came from a client of mine and said, "Thank you for your hard work. I've never seen anybody work so hard." And this is not to toot my own horn at all. But while all the guys go home to have fun or do whatever they do, I'm seizing the moment and seizing the opportunity to try to become something. I could count on my fingers and toes all the things that haven't worked out and the things that I want to be are the things that I missed opportunities with. But right now it's all about this. Advanced Lawn and Garden. I love landscaping, I love being outside, I love providing a service. And I love being my own boss. I love having no one to point at when I make a mistake. Because I love the possibility of failure. And hear me when I say this isn't for the privilege. You will not understand. So all of you out there who grew up in a single mother household, or growing up with your parents, single dad household, no heat, no hot water, no electricity. Sometimes it was hard to get food on the table, dropped out of school. Remember that it doesn't matter what people say about you or where you're gonna go, but the world doesn't owe you anything. So sit down and think about things. This is what I create right here. I'll show you the before and afters. And this is my business. And I won't fail. Because I know where I've been. And this is my legacy. I don't have to be a billionaire. I don't have to go to college. But what I do have to do is I do have to hold on to how fortunate I am to have a wife that supports me, and that I have a significant other that I can share the responsibility of raising a child, because my mother didn't have that. My piece of whatever father found every excuse in the world to walk away, and that's the last thing I would ever do. But last thing I want to say is think about who you surround yourself with. You know, I was around people that were in my neighborhood, you know, country folk, trailer people, people doing drugs, you know. I was addicted to pain pills long before I had my surgery, you know. The surgery just kind of recapped it. But I never would have got my head on straight if I didn't pull myself away from those who didn't care about me. My drinking buddies, my drugging buddies, the people who wanted to hang out because they were bored. Now I don't have friends. I don't. Because I don't know, I haven't thought about it. I'm happy without them. My wife's exactly the same way. She has one good friend, a couple good friends that she keeps in contact with via phone, but she did the same thing. She uprooted and moved away, and she accomplished some pretty amazing things too, so she understands what that's like. I shot this video a couple weeks ago, and I bawled my eyes out while filming it, and I deleted the video. I probably shouldn't have done that, because I want you guys to see how raw and real this is. But think about it, guys. Alright, take care.